welcome to the Tom Bernard Family Podcast with
co-host Catherine Brandt.
Andy Brandt Bernard.
And Kristen Bird.
And Kristen Bird.
I was waiting for Alex, and I'm like, Alex is not here today.
Not today.
Not Mondays and Fridays.
Yep.
It's the only day
That's the deal. Michael Bryant, I know I'm assuming he had some call he had to jump on or something, so he should be back any second. But Kristen Bird Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Does one of you guys have like a air purifier running?
No, that's the people outside.
Oh.
We asked them not to do it during the show, but they just can't stay away from it.
There's Miguel.
Oh, it actually might be the robot vacuum.
Oh, it might be the robot vacuum.
Oh, that's what it sounds like.
Yep.
But it doesn't listen.
Way to go, Nana. Ruining the show.
I was like, it's not me this time, because oftentimes I'm like, oh, it's my air purifier. It's not
yeah,
me.
there you go. Well, it's funny because the building manager came to me and said, Mr. Bernard, we're sorry about this. We won't have them working outside your window during the show again. So that was very nice.
That's
That's nice. They're accommodating.
They are accommodating, no question about it. So
Looks like Mike had to move rooms.
No, I just had I got a phone call that knocked me off the air.
Oh, well.
I'm in the exact same place I was.
Huh.
There you go. It all works out in the end. So what about all this stuff that's going on in the world? Now Minneapolis, they're putting islands of people in some intersections. What is that all about?
What?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about either.
It was on the national news this morning. They gathered all these people in the center of some of these, streets. Like, I don't know if it's late. I know one said 36th Avenue, but I couldn't see what the other side of it. So 36th Avenue and what, I don't know. But yeah, they got little islands of protesters, and some people are having a tough time getting through. And it's like, really?
Are you talking about Minneapolis?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The checkpoints?
The checkpoints. That's what they are.
They have checkpoints.
They have checkpoints.
You have to give them your ID, and then they have to run your license plate before they'll let you into their neighborhood, which sounds an awful lot like a scary precedent.
Yeah.
Well, were they just trying to keep ICE out of their neighborhood?
Yeah.
Still,
I don't think you can do that as a civilian.
We have the right to free passage on our roads, and for somebody to think that they can stop you.
I don't know that ICE does. I mean, there's an argument about under the Third Amendment on whether or not they have a right to enter some of the places they are.
But they are checking everybody.
Yeah.
Is the point.
Yeah, civilian can't check my
That's
ID.
not okay.
That's not how it works.
No.
Whatever, but boy, I tell you, everybody I run into, aren't you from Minnesota? What the hell's wrong with you people? I'm like, what are you blaming me for? Leave me alone.
Well, on the other side, we got Rick in the chat saying, looking good, crew. So,
hey.
Thanks, Rick. We
but then John
appreciate
White
that.
says dumb people. I hope he's not talking about us. So.
I know it's not us, right? Some days it might be, though.
Maybe.
So, Kristen, how big is this new reality program? What is it called? Thieves, I think?
Yeah.
Or how big is
Traitors.
Traitors, that's right.
Traitors.
Yeah,
I was like,
Oh boy,
what's the-
we've talked about that.
Yeah, Traitors is huge. Traitors is
it?
huge, and it really kind of grabbed hold of people in season 2. Because they brought in solely reality stars or people who are famous or in the public eye. Because the first season was like regular people plus some reality stars. And it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. And, it's really interesting just to see how people like wait for Thursday night and just kind of like, jump on social media within moments of it appearing on Peacock. And for Peacock, this is a good thing because they are trailing behind every other streamer right now. So hopefully they'll have a good weekend between Traitors, the Super Bowl, and the Olympics.
Right, the Olympics should put them at the top of the board.
You would think so. And, obviously NBC is also going through a national story with, unfortunately, the Savannah Guthrie situation with her mother, Nancy. That is just terrible. In fact, they've switched around all of the talent for NBC. Obviously Savannah was supposed to be there. And Mary Carrillo's filling in for her. But Craig Melvin from the Today Show was also supposed to be in Milan. And they're keeping him in the Today Show studios in New York to kind of like hold down the fort because everything is just complete chaos.
Well, they had a press conference today where they indicated they'll talk to the kidnappers. So assume that I guess they have some idea who the kidnappers are. I guess.
That's what I thought. They put the video out late yesterday. Savannah Guthrie did, along with her siblings, and to me, it looked like it was something that the investigators maybe asked them to do. You know what? Because it was like a written message and saying like, "Hey, we need to know. We need proof of life," is what they said.
Yeah.
And Savannah made a good point. She's like, I can't be AI. We're concerned about AI because you could just create an image of Nancy and be
yeah.
like, oh, look, she's
Yep.
alive.
Yep.
Right.
And that also then sends the investigation in a different direction because then you're spending, is this AI or is this real? And that to me is really a scary part of the case.
Yeah, because apparently this woman can't get around by herself. She needs medication, and
She uses a cane.
Yep.
So
Right.
she's not someone who's like quick on her feet. And I think that the other thing that I've raised my eyebrows on is that 2 days ago, I was watching news crews go up to the doorstep and be like, look, this is where the bloodstains are. And now today, they're in the garage and they've roped up the property. And I'm like, wait, why wasn't this roped off to begin with? It reminds me of the OJ case all over again,
Wow.
with people stomping all over the scene. Did we not learn anything from 1990? What was it, 4? 3?
Yeah.
It was 3, I think.
3,
I
yeah,
believe.
you're right.
Yeah, going back a little bit, the scary thing about AI to me is many years ago, like 20 years ago, and I've mentioned this before, the Moog synthesizer came out, which was supposed to be in bands and all that stuff. And I'm driving down the street after cutting a commercial, and I'm listening to the commercial, and there's a line in the commercial that I say that I never said. I'm like,
Wow.
you know how terrifying that is to hear you talking to yourself and you know you didn't say that?
Well, and think about that. That's a commercial. So, I mean, it
Yes.
harms your bank account.
Yes.
But let's talk about it now in terms of crime.
Oh,
Because not
yeah.
only can they mimic your voice, but they can also replicate what you look like
Oh, God.
for
Yep.
crime.
God.
Because everybody's got to sit down and have family meetings and have safe words.
Yeah.
Safe word, yeah.
Yeah. Or,
Yeah.
or
God.
phrases
There's-
or something. It's not me if I don't
there's-
say this.
There's law firms that you can call, and the answering service is like the lawyer. So like it could be me as the answering service AI.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm giving legal advice and it's not even me.
Wow. It's a
This is
slippery
scary.
slope. And I mean, we're gonna wind up in a lot of trouble, and then hopefully they'll start to pull back and create some sort of safety parameters. But right now it's the Wild West.
Well, yeah,
But
there's
Kristen, we could have George Washington versus Abraham Lincoln in Dancing with Stars.
Sure.
Dude.
We
it
probably
out.
already have, honestly.
I guess you can now buy a house through AI.
No, thank you.
What?
Yep, you can use it as your real estate agent, your closer,
Nope.
everything. Seek
Hell no.
banking. Yep, I guess it's already happening in some areas.
AI makes
Do
way
you have
too
to
many
pay them?
mistakes to trust that.
I'm sure
Do
you
you
have
use
to pay
Bitcoin to buy the house?
something. You probably can.
You probably could, I would
yeah.
think. And I guess I'm questioning too. I'm like, does the AI take commission?
Oh, there
Or
you
are
go.
you saving the thousands of
I'm assuming
dollars?
there's no realtor commission in that case because there's no real. I mean, AI isn't entitled to commission, so.
Right now,
You
they're
probably got to
not.
buy a website though, or something, or purchase some sort of thing to do it.
Yeah.
I would think that you're going to have to pay for something because somebody's going to have to run it. They have to.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Oh,
somebody's
one of-
getting something.
One other thing I should mention that was just popped on my wrist. A listener reminded me that at that same time I was talking about it on the KQ Morning Show that my voice was used to do a commercial, but it wasn't me. It was my voice, but it wasn't me talking. He reminded me because he was working there at the time. About a week later, I came in, and I hear my friend Vince Flynn, and Vince Flynn is talking about this, that, and the other thing. Well, Vince had died about 6 months earlier.
Oh,
It's like, oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
Yeah.
I walk into a room, to a building, and there's my friend talking, but my friend's been dead for 6 months.
Yeah.
Oh, that was hard. But, I guess that's all part of it. Yeah, you're looking at some people, they're not even real. You're hearing people, they're not real. Where are we headed with this?
Well, and there's speeches, there's commercials, there's
Yeah.
stories about all these fake things that these actors aren't even doing. You know, there's that whole
Right.
last weekend there was some Adam Sandler thing about his daughter that was completely untrue.
oh, and the Louis
You know,
Vuitton
and-
store.
Right, the Louis Vuitton store, and it was a whole AI made up story, which is crazy.
And it's crazy because Facebook, I think, is the worst of it. Facebook has completely unregulated fan fiction stories, also photos, videos, and people buy it. And you will see hundreds of comments underneath being like, "Congratulations on your marriage or your pregnancy." Or they'll have like a celebrity's funeral, and they're like, "Oh, look at the family being so loving to each other," and you're like, "Nobody took photos at a funeral." But
You're right.
it's baffling, but people are buying it hook, line, and sinker.
Well, there you go, Andy. There's the app to make real or AI for everything.
They have those apps, but unfortunately,
good one.
they're not
The AI
reliable.
litmus test.
Well, make a
Litmus
good
test.
one.
Make a good one.
Make a good one.
I mean, I still use Snopes.com occasionally. Like, is
Wow.
this story real? Yeah.
I remember going to Snopes 25 years ago.
Exactly. They do a good job though of keeping that like updated, because every once in a while there's like a real random story and you're like, okay, I can't find this in mainstream media, but let me see if Snopes has it. Sure enough, Snopes usually has it.
Magnificent. Isn't that a one? Where are we headed with the? I mean, if we've gone this far, I can look at you on screen and you're moving around, but it's not really you.
Maybe it
I
really
can-
isn't Kristen.
No,
I can hear
we
it.
have no idea. She could be
You've
fake
got
right
people
now.
you got people who are having full relationships with fake people.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. You know.
That is true. But
That's
yeah.
really creepy. And also we've for the dark side of it too, we've had AI tell people to kill themselves.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they've actually committed suicide, and that is tragic.
Yep.
Yeah, the whole thing is just, and who's paying the price for it? I mean, first of all, the people who invented this stuff, they're saving tons of money by using fake people on their commercials and this, that, and the other thing.
Oh,
I mean,
I'm so glad you mentioned that, Tom. Because you know what? I just read an article today on Super Bowl commercials, and that celebrities' rates are starting to go down. They're kind of like in that $3 to $5 million, and maybe you saw this report, Tom. They're getting paid about $3 to $5 million to do a Super Bowl commercial, but AI is starting to take over,
Oh God.
and they're losing out on these very lucrative deals because now some companies are like, we can do an AI commercial instead.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
how it is all getting. And the one problem they have still to solve with AI is it misuses words and mispronounces a lot of words too.
It's getting better every day, though.
And people with
Is it?
with extra fingers and
Yeah.
two left hands and
Right,
things like that. Thankfully, you know.
I got a-
And-
Exactly.
And it has no emotion, which is keeps it from taking over like my job.
Right.
It's probably going to take over lower level lawyers' jobs like divorce lawyers or things that are contractual, but it's going to never take over. People have to think like myself.
Critical thinking.
I
Mike's
got to
kinda
put up,
breaking up, Andy.
a note for Tom here. There you go.
Tommy, this is your Maple Grove Pearl Vision Eye guy. Listen from St. Louis, letting you know my new 3-month-old grandson loves your voice, just like all of us from Minnesota to Missouri and all over love the show. Why'd you tell me such a horrible thing, Andy? What the hell?
So, Rick, did you move to St. Louis, or you're just in St. Louis just for fun?
It's a good
He'll
question.
respond. He'll take care of it. No, that's so nice. Just talking this whole situation. As a matter of fact, I talked to one of the managers of Hubbard last night, and he had called me to talk about the fact that people really like the fact that we can talk about things like politics and left and right and all that stuff without anybody going off the deep end and start screaming. I guess a lot of people on shows like to scream at each other now, which I don't get. Do you understand that?
Well, that's what makes them absolutely unwatchable, because
Yes.
I would love to see the end of the political pundit on all news
Yep.
talk shows.
Yep.
Because I mean, if you're on there as a subject matter expert and just saying like these are the facts of the situation, that's one thing. But if you're there to represent like either side, then it just becomes a bunch of yelling and no one's accomplishing
Yep.
anything.
That's exactly right. No, I got to point something out to Michael here. Michael, one thing, I just looked up at your picture, and you were touching the lens on your camera,
Uh-oh.
and now he's gone.
Whoa,
Are you
something's wrong
back?
with your internet there, Mike.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, he can't hear me.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, he cannot hear
I
me.
think maybe he's texting somebody or
There
something.
he
I swear to
goes.
God,
I think so.
swear to God, I looked up, and it looked like he was it looked like his penis, not his finger.
Okay.
I'm like, what the hell?
I don't think that's
Okay.
what
It was
it looked like.
No, it was his finger, but it was so close to the lens, it was gigantic.
Nobody
I'm like,
scrubbed
what the-
back.
Tom.
Yeah.
Well, it's
let's not
true.
have
It's
that
like,
out there.
Jesus.
Whoa.
Well, that's what it. I'm just saying, it's what it looked like.
I
Here, let me see
didn't
if I can
know
do
we were
this.
going to go in the peen direction.
No, the peen.
Speaking of
Well,
peen,
that's up there,
Rick-
I think.
Rick
we
said-
watched Ricky Gervais's 2025 special last night.
Yep.
Yeah, you
Phenomenal.
you had to take a phone call, but he is
Yeah.
just so
He's so funny.
so insane. The stuff he
Great guy.
comes up with.
Y'all better,
I love
Mike?
that he's a cat dad.
Yes,
Yeah,
he is a cat.
He is a
dad.
cat dad. It's
He loves
absolutely
his
true.
cats.
So, Andy, what were you saying?
I said, well, first off, I said, are you all better, Mike? But no, he's frozen and it's not loading. So I think you need to get to a new location there, Mike. It's not doing so hot.
Well, that's too bad.
Rick, who is in St. Louis, says he moved there chasing a lady. So there you
Oh,
go.
chasing a lady.
Oh.
And then
Hopefully
good
she
one.
wanted to be caught.
John White says, a certain morning show sucks without you, Tommy.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I think they all do, actually, without me. But, you know,
I think their
I'm
ratings
just kidding.
reflect that fact. But
Yeah, it's not good.
All radio is just like, wah, wah.
Yeah.
No, it's true. Well, let me ask you a question about that. This is all for all three of you, Mike, when he comes back. Why don't they take radio stations and move them with the demographic? Because I'm sure there are plenty of people over 60 that would still listen to the radio if it were aimed at them as an audience. Why didn't they move the demographic up where it belongs? I don't understand that.
I'm going to assume because your audience eventually dies out.
Well, eventually it does, but it's going to die out
That's why they're
anyway.
always chasing the young because they want them to
Yeah.
grow.
No, it's true. What is this? Now, Tommy, AI, oh, I lost it. AI will us your word? What does that mean?
I think he's saying that.
Use, I think.
AI now has you on record saying that. So if anyone wants to have Tom Bernard talk about people's penises, they can do that now.
Oh, thank you so much for that. I
Lucky
keep
you.
forgetting. And yeah, lucky me. Exactly. That's exactly right. But what the hell? So, Kristen,
Tom?
where are we going to watch that's good now? Is there anything good?
Well, the next 2 weeks is all about the Olympics. That's
Yeah,
going to
it
be the
is,
core
right.
focus. And, there's not a lot of counter programming to it. The assumption is that people are watching, what's happening in Milan. Again, of course, we have the time zone thing. So if you want to watch it live, you got to watch it on Peacock. And then if you can wait until later, you watch it at the prime time on NBC, of course. But as I said, NBC is going to have a really big weekend. They kick off everything tonight, actually, on NBC. They're going to do an hour special from Milan Cortina, and then they're following it up with NFL Honors tonight, which is hosted by John Hamm. So that actually might be kind of interesting.
So the Olympics are already happening, right?
They open tomorrow.
Oh, because we were sitting at dinner and there was a bunch of half pipe. Are they doing qualifiers there or something?
Sometimes if there's a lot of events within a particular sport, sometimes they will start ahead of the actual opening ceremony. And Lindsey Vonn, since we had been talking about Lindsey Vonn,
Right.
she is competing on a burst ACL.
Burst.
Oh, that's right.
That's
You mentioned that
It sounds
a while back.
terrible. Yeah, she ruptured her ACL, and
Yeah.
she will be going and skiing. You can tell where my head is. Skiing this week, but they did have a delay in training, so she's getting an extra day of rest, which probably every day helps. But she said, you know what? If this is my last Olympics, I'm going to give it my best.
Yeah, because isn't she like 40 something now?
She's 41, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I hope she doesn't injure herself permanently. And
Yeah.
end up,
She's had a lot of troubles with her knees. Obviously, with skiing makes complete sense. And she kind of like rebuilt herself over the last couple of years, probably to the strongest and best she's ever been. And I mean, go figure, right before the Olympics is when you have your greatest injury, but she was probably overtraining, I'm going to guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magnificent. Oh, I'm just getting a bunch of messages on here. Brian Zepp works. Well, I knew he worked in Montana, but he works at the Eagle. Is it called the Eagle?
The Eagle, yep.
in Montana.
Everyone's talking
Okay.
about how they want to listen to his morning show.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. If you put people on radio, there are going to people that are going to look for you, no question about it. It's going to be a lot more work than it used to be, but I think it can hang in there another 5, 10 years. I would think radio should.
I know
be able
these
to.
days, I mean, you can listen to any radio station pretty much anywhere out there. They have
Right.
Yeah.
There's this one
There's
site called like
apps.
Radio Garden, I think. Yeah, Radio Garden. You can look on the globe, and it will show you every radio station on the globe, and you can click a radio station and start listening to it whenever you want. I
there
could
you
start
go.
playing
Very
the
smart.
Eagle right now if I wanted to, but I won't because I'm pretty sure that would be illegal.
Oh, really? Get illegal? Get it?
Eagle.
Yeah, I don't think they want to simulcast informal simulcast of their radio stations on our show.
No.
Nah,
Probably a bad
probably
idea.
not.
But yeah, like
just-
there's never been a better time to listen to non-local radio.
I agree.
I don't know.
That's
Absolutely.
true.
And then, yeah, just find a show you like out there. I don't understand why they don't do a better job of aiming radio stations at their own audience. You know?
I think everything's just moving toward podcasting.
It is,
and-
absolutely.
Yeah, and when you see Netflix now getting into the podcasting game, even though the market is saturated, they're
Yeah.
saying, "Hey, you've got to do video, and we're going to put this on here." And they're having a big. They always do their comedy festival out here in Los Angeles. Netflix is a joke. And they're doing a core focus on stand-up comedians who have podcasts and
There you
broadcasting
go.
them live.
That is the whole deal, no question about it. I remember, what was it, Andy? 16 years ago, they had the first podcast.
Coming up on 14.
14 years, okay, so 14 years, and they looked at me like, "What the hell is that? I didn't even heard of a
Yeah.
podcast. What are you talking about?"
Oh yeah, I used to tell
Had
people
no
that.
idea.
Yeah, we do a podcast, and they're like, "Oh, what's a podcast?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's like a radio station but online." And like, "How do you listen to it?" It's, well, you can go to our website. How do I go to your website? It's okay.
I know.
Isn't that funny? And now it's, I mean, honestly,
Yep.
in my car, it's either an audiobook that's usually going or it's a podcast that I regularly listen to.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so different. You know, I used to listen a lot more to radio, but, you know, they've laid off so many of the personalities that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
So
No,
there's no
that's true.
point.
Well, I have that situation in my life now. We talked about Brian Zepp. I worked with him for years. Tony Lee. I mean, you go down the list of all the people that work together, and it's just I think Brian might be the only one that's still working in radio, right now. But I just think these radio companies should wise up and say, hey, if you got 70-year-olds that want something to listen to, why wouldn't you go after them? I mean, if you can get all the Andy, give me this might be a ridiculous question, but is there any way to figure out how many people between the ages of, say, 60 and 90 there are in Minneapolis?
In Minneapolis specifically, I can try. Let's see.
Yeah. Or the metro market.
60 and 90, you said?
62, 90. Somewhere.
Now,
in
see,
there.
Tire Carver says no radio stations for me anymore. Podcast for complete silence.
Yeah.
What's this here? Terry Train is on a country station. I didn't know that.
Oh, it's Tony Price. He said that.
Oh, Tony Price? Oh, there you go. Yeah. I didn't know. Yeah, she was on a country
Yeah,
station. Lastman's up in
I
St. Cloud.
thought he was in management. Is he doing a show?
Lastman Management?
I thought
you
he
know what a
was.
mistake that would be.
Thought he was moving into management.
No, he
Tell
does
us how
very
you
well.
really feel.
No, Lastman does a great show up in St. Yeah, there's a lot of people on here. They're mentioning Lastman, they're mentioning Terry Train, they're mentioning Lastman again.
According
Yeah,
to
a lot
this
of-
site here, there's about 850,000 people between 60 and 90 in the MSP metro area.
Oh, that's significant.
850,000.
850,000, yeah.
Why don't you aim your radio stations at 850,000 people that listen to the radio forever? Why don't they do these things? 850,000? I'm taking this. I've decided I'll just go after the audience because nobody. Anyway,
Right, because the 80-year-old's probably not going to pivot to podcasts.
No,
There might be
hell no.
the occasional one that's
Right.
really up on technology, but the
Yep.
average 80-year-old probably. My mom's not listening. My mom's not 80, but she's in her 70s and she's not listening to podcasts.
Well, that's the other thing
Yeah.
is the
Yep.
median age in the U.S. in 1980 was 30. Today, it's almost 40. So America's just getting older. I think the whole world is just getting
Absolutely.
older. The average person isn't a young adult anymore. Now they're middle-aged.
Right. And the birth rate is going down.
Way
globally.
down. Yep.
Yep.
Michael is
Hello.
back.
Oh, Michael's back.
Oh, look at all
Look
those
who looks
books.
like a fancy lawyer all of a sudden.
Yeah, I had to switch the system. My phone just wasn't doing it. So, but it's commercial day here at Bradshaw and Bryant. We're using an AI voice from Tom, so it's working for
What a shock. Does it go like this? I've never cared for Mike. Do that.
No,
That
you say
sounded like
things
Jesse
you're my
Ventura.
very best friend.
Yeah, it sounded more like Jesse Ventura. That's right, it did.
Let me
Well,
tell you
Mike just ran into Jesse Ventura, didn't you?
I
You did?
He does
What is
not
this?
take photos with people.
Nope, he won't do it.
He's planning to run for governor again unless he can make Amy to agree to make him senator if she wins.
I see.
Ooh, well, there you go. He wants to be.
I have a
US
photo with him.
Do you? He will not do photos anymore. He does
Nope,
not
he
believe in
won't.
them. So
He won't do it. How's he with Uncle Tom? Is he still pissed off at me about nothing?
he when your name was brought up, his wife just went, okay, and they kept going.
Yeah. The amazing thing about that is I didn't do what he thinks I did, but he was told I did it.
I know.
It's one of those deals. It's just like, Jesus, Jesse, you could at least call me and straighten it out.
Send him a Valentine.
Weren't you his employee, Kristen?
what?
Didn't you work for him?
I did, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
thought
right.
Yeah, I was
so,
his newsreader on his show,
His
and
newsreader.
yeah, and it was quite the experience, as I've always said. It was I listened to Jesse while he talked. That was pretty much it. We shared like a common. We each had dressing rooms, but we shared a common makeup room, and he would just tell stories, which actually were very fascinating. So I kept my mouth shut primarily, but on set, anytime like there was always like a little segment at the end, and if he said black, my job was to say white, which he knew. That was the premise of the whole thing. And
Yeah.
he would get so irritated. I would see his face start scrunching up, and I'm like, dude, that's my job, that's my role.
Yep.
If you say up, I say down.
Yeah, Mike's saying that thing about it's ad day. We're gonna have an AI Tom Bernard. Actually, reminded me. We're talking about this whole like AI subject, and I get emails from these companies like. I don't know what they are because I don't really pay attention to them anymore. But they'll send me an email and they'll be like, "Hey Tom and crew, I caught your podcast yesterday when you talked about Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl. Your guys' take was hilarious. All AI generated. No human ever listened to that show. They ran the show through an AI, had it generate a transcript, summarize the transcript, and then make a quip out of it, so it would seem like this is a real person who's a fan of the show."
Why?
Oh, that's
to what
weird.
end?
Oh yeah, what's the?
Because
what's the
then they're
payoff?
like, "Oh well, since you're speaking about the Super Bowl, I thought you might like to buy my product. About
Yeah.
we can promote your show or whatever and that sort of thing."
Fishing expedition. Okay.
And
Oh, that's so interesting.
yeah, and we're a tiny little podcast out there, and people are running our shows through AI so that they can customize spam to us. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
That's AI's biggest thing. The amount of data it can go through
Yep.
in such a short period of
Right.
time. I mean, that's what separates it from people who are, like geniuses is it can go through and find something within seconds.
Absolutely.
On the media end of it, if I have, let's say, an hour-long interview, I don't have time to transcribe it word for word. That's going to take me hours. You run it through an AI service, and it'll do it for you in a matter of minutes,
Yeah.
and you have the full transcript. There's still errors and things in there, so you can't just like copy and paste, but I can at least find my keywords of like, oh, I wanted that response or that sound bite.
And then, of course, there's the one of them I got the other day. I think it opened up with "Hello, insert customer name. I loved your podcast yesterday," and I was like, "Okay."
I get those a lot.
Yeah.
At pitches, because a publicist must be using something similar, and I'll be like, insert name. I'm like, okay.
At least it's
says
better
it's
than
in-
humans that don't know the difference between Mike and Michael. It's like, so, oh no, sorry, we have a Thomas for a reservation, not a Tom.
Oh
Yep.
yeah,
He
yeah.
says it's initial outreach, cold calling.
Yep.
We see it in sales all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
God.
But AI. But AI,
AI.
instead of like you're actually picking up the phone, because no one's going to pick up the phone anymore. I never pick up my phone.
No,
No.
never.
Why not?
Every time you've called me, it rolls right to my voicemail, and you're always like, "Oh, big shot, not picking up the phone." Bah.
Oh, Kristen, you'll like this. I just got a message again. That's one thing I like about this watch. My messages come up on this watch, so I kind of like that. But I was saying, Jesse, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, he should be real nice to you after you put out that song pretending to be him. And it just started, I can while away the hours, contorting with the flowers, if I only had a brain. And I guess he did not care for that at all. It was a joke, for
Get a
Christ's
sense
sake.
of humor.
Get a sense of humor, you big baby.
Yeah.
But so you think he's going to run again, huh? Or just
That's what
be
he
appointed?
claims.
Or is he going to be appointed?
There's no appointment to governor. That's the election.
He has to run.
But
I thought he wanted to be appointed
Senate if he makes that deal.
Right, that's what I was thinking. So it would be an appointment, not a vote.
Yeah, for Senate, if that's
For Senate,
if he went with
yes.
that deal. Yeah.
Like I said, I had a lot of great times. Well, we both lived on farms. He did about a mile and a half south of our house.
Yep.
But yeah, we used to go hang out, and they would come over once in a while and hang. When things get so big, people get different. There's no question. I suppose I did, but like the highest rated morning show in America, I suppose I got weird.
Yeah, things do change because I think the more public you become, for most people, I think you become a little bit more protective of your private life, or just feeling if there's a lot of people around you. I've seen it happen with friends who've become very famous. They just want to keep a little bubble around them because sometimes it's overwhelming to be launched into the public eye like that.
My favorite, I know you got to go, but I'll do my favorite. When we lived out in Dayton, Minnesota on a farm, it's a beautiful farm. Well, it's what L.A. Nick lives now. But in any case, Halloween comes. But I had just gotten some more death threats on the KQ morning show. So as you came up the hill... On a radio show. I know, it's unbelievable. So you come up the hill, and as you got to the top of the hill, the driveway, you could see the house. And as they came up over to get trick-or-treating done or whatever, most of them stopped and backed out because there were not one but two squad cars sitting in front of the bucket of candy. Do you remember that, Andy, those two squad cars?
No, I think I was...
you were probably too young.
I was very young, I think, when that happened.
Yeah, that's true. But, God, what a weird world it is.
And it's
Settle
even
down.
weirder in 2026.
Oh, it is, no doubt.
Yeah.
All right, young lady, go out and try to earn a living, will you?
I got 2 interviews. I got one at 9:30 and one at 10:15. So
Don't take
I
a
will be-
Waymo.
I'm not taking Waymo. I'm actually doing it right safely in my own house. So
There you go.
I'll see you all tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll take a break, be right back. Michael Bryant back with it. So you figured the whole deal out. That was good.
I did.
Oh, now his phone's ringing. Yeah. Nice job, pal.
Doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle.
Kristen Bird Entertainment News brought to you by North American Bank Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Did you say you got to go to work?
What?
Mike? Oh, I thought I heard Michael say, I got to go to work.
Nope.
Oh, you don't? Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that.
No,
We'll
I
take a
actually
break.
working while I do this. This is part of the job.
Well, that's true.
He's billing you right
That's
now,
true.
actually.
We're coming back with some other Hunyuk. Who is it that's going to be on again? That's
Brittany.
Oh, Brittany. That's who the Hunyuk is. We'll be right back. From Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. What's up, Allie?
Oh, not much. Doing my usual thing of telling people they shouldn't be texting and driving. In Minnesota, you can't have your phone in your hands. You can use, hands-free, but you can't have your phone in your hands for whatever reason. And that's why they made the law the way they did, so that police officers could see a phone in your hand and you got no excuse for why you got it there.
Do people know that that's the law?
I hope so. I mean, they used to follow it, and then kind of COVID kind of made people forget, and now it's like a freewheeling world out there with cell phones.
Let's say you get pulled over because you do have a phone in your hand and you're not watching where you're going. You got to be in pretty big trouble then, I would guess.
Well, the first one's not as bad. It's the multiple ones, the problem. And once people start stacking them up, then they have a big problem. And then what we're doing in car accidents is we've started bringing motions for punitive damages, because I'm trying to use the civil law any way we can to stop this, because it needs to stop.
Whenever I'd had any problems in my life, who was that I called again? It was like an MB, something like that.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to us. Your customers are listening to us, and they'll hear me promote your business. The Tom Bernard Podcast attracts thousands of listeners who are loyal, engaged, and ready to support businesses they trust. Our podcast has helped numerous businesses increase traffic, sales, and brand recognition. We're not just about ads, we're about results. Whether you're a local business or a national brand, we offer custom advertising packages designed to fit your unique needs and goals. Our audience spans multiple demographics, allowing you to target your ideal customers with precision. From millennials to baby boomers and everyone in between. With the broad reach of the show, the passionate following, your business will see increased visibility and awareness translating into more customers and sales. Oh my God, look who got a haircut.
Yes, she did.
She can't hear us. Can you hear us?
Your mic is muted, Brittany.
She's muting herself.
Yes. There we
Trying
go.
to fix my plug.
You've
All
been
better.
working on it now about 30 years as far as I can remember.
Shot.
Maybe not 30
Oh,
years.
you just muted
Maybe
yourself
a
again. Well, geez. Oh, I think your mic is unplugged, Brittany.
Plug in
So-
your mic, Brittany.
I can't hear you.
Again, can't hear her either.
Said that I had to fix my mic quick. That's why I muted myself.
You're a disaster.
There we go.
Hello.
All of a
Let
sudden,
me
I
point
got
them out.
excited and I jumped up and I unplugged my mic out of excitement.
So
When I heard the hung yuck, I went, "That's me."
it's got to be you. There's no question. I got to point out to you that we just had a bunch of people commenting on the old KQ morning show and how you were on there, and they're talking about like Terry Train and Brian Zepp and Tony Lee, and they do miss that show. There's no question about that. It's really unfortunate that that company was. I don't know. What
Yes,
are you going to do?
Sean asked what happened to Candace. I have no idea what happened to Candace.
Isn't she
Yeah.
promoting concerts or bands or something now?
Oh, is
That's
she?
a great job for her.
I think so.
It's wild, Tom. I have to tell you something, and I don't want you to get mad at me.
Uh-oh.
I've never liked
Good
you.
luck.
So when I was in high school, we would all get into our Suburban. And my brother, I had, a lot of brothers and sisters, and I have stepbrothers and sisters. So at the time, there was 4 of us, my brother and my 2 stepbrothers. We'd get in the Suburban. That always smelled like hockey bags and White Castle.
Great smell.
That delightful
bad.
hockey bat.
And I
That's
hate.
nice.
So then Jordan would always go, and me and Jordan are close now, but I hated Jordan because he was popular and hot, and everybody wanted him. It was so gross.
Oh.
I know. So we'd get in the car and he'd be like, "We're listening to the KQ Morning Show," and I'm like, "No, I want to listen to music."
Yeah, see? Yeah, see?
Why would you
I'm
say
sorry.
something like this, Brittany?
Because I want to tell you something. So he would force, because I'd be like, "No," keep in mind I was 14, okay? I'm sorry.
Right.
I want to listen to music. I'm grouchy in the morning. And I'd be I would say, "No, I want to listen to music." But we always listen to the KQ Morning Show. And I think it took me a week to be fully converted, where if we'd get in, I'd be like, put it on KQ. I didn't want him to be right.
There we go.
But then I would fell madly in love with the KQ Morning Show. So now imagine being raised on that, and then somebody's like, "So you get to work here, and now you get to be on the morning show you listened to while going to high school."
But let's thank the real person. That'd be your mother that made you listen to the KQ morning show.
No, it'd be my brother,
I thought it was
Jordan.
your mother was always very nice to me.
Yeah, my mom would listen to you too, but my brother was the one that would drive us to school, and
All right.
I also didn't want to like what he liked.
I would bet it coincided with a new sponsor and the Friday talk.
Yes.
Totally.
Because it was suddenly Brittany's my world has expanded by understanding the law.
But isn't that funny? I mean, it was just I was just in that age of I don't want to, what? No. All my friends are listening to Britney Spears on the way to school. But then it's so funny. I mean, think about how much that had an impact on me, how much I love talk radio, but it wasn't something I think I gravitated towards normally. And now that I unfortunately might have, or blame my brother for the career I'm in, because we listened to you. We drove from Eagan to West St. Paul and we would listen to you every morning.
Thank God. There's is a God. There's no question about it.
When I used to listen to you every morning, that used to be a different world.
That was a different world. Well, like I said, it was the highest rated morning show in America. It had a 40-some share. It was.
I remember.
Good
I remember getting up the morning after they won the World Series just to listen to you
Oh God.
talk
Yeah.
about how Andy had been born.
Yep.
Yeah.
Andy had been born
Yeah,
all
people
the way
are,
back.
people often ask me, they're like, "Is it weird how many people you talk to? You're doing shows with them, and they remember the announcement of your birth, and all the people listening to the show half the people listening
Yeah.
right now probably remember when I was born."
I don't, and it's so funny too, Andy, because I remember listening to Tom talk about his kids that were my age.
Yep.
And so I had like an image of you, but like this is obviously before social media, way before I met you. And I would be like, God, like that's so weird because we were in like going through the same phases. Okay, now he's finishing high school and all this stuff. And I'm like, who is this? Like Andy, I just like had this image of who you were. And then of course, then we met. Then I'm like, oh, okay. Like it's just so funny to think about knowing you guys before I knew you guys.
Yeah.
The first time I ever sat live in the podcast, I sat next to Catherine. I remember her looking at me, and I'm like, I know you. I know stuff about you.
Yeah.
All a lie.
It felt
Everything
so
was a
creepy.
lie.
It's like, I'm a stalker, you know?
Yeah, it is kind of weird. I mean, yeah, you could have probably been like, oh, how was that party with your friend that you went to 2 weeks ago? And she'd be like, how the hell do you know that?
Isn't that funny? And like now I hear other people say that to me or whatever.
Right.
But it's like such a different, I don't know. Like there's a way that Tom, like you let people into your show where it felt like you wanted me to know all this in a way that like it wasn't weird that I would go into it. I don't know. And then like finally meeting you and working with you, it's like such a wild thought because I think there's two Tom Bernards in my head. There's the one I knew before I met you.
Yeah.
And then there's the one now that I know you. And it's like such a line in the sand.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. After,
It's all
oh, go ahead, Mike.
all the you know the you do these commercials and then people come up and talk to you about stuff. It's like I've never met you and I'm suddenly talking to you about I can't do a garbage disposal or this is what I did on a case. It's just strange. You know?
It's a different world. There's no question about that. It's been a hell of it's a lot better than working. Sitting at a microphone and bullshit is a lot easier than working. I'll tell you that. No question about it. But
yeah, after Jesse the Shrink was on last, he stayed after the show for a while because he's like interested in this kind of thing, and we got to talking about this kind of thing, and I brought up that so 40-ish years ago he started doing the morning show, and then I was born. Everyone listening knew about that, and then 30 years later I started doing a show with you. And then a little while after that, my son was born, and I announced that on the show, too. See, we have people listening who have been listening through 2 generations of births of the same family.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, they could be around for Ethan having a child, too. It's very weird. It's like generational ship stuff. It's the craziest thing when you really think about it. Because you don't think about this kind of thing when it's happening. You never, like, compress 30 years, and you're like, all this stuff that I put out there and people are listening to, because it just feels, when I'm doing this, like, I'm not a good public speaker. If I'm in front of a crowd, I don't speak well at all. Not that I speak great on the show, but you know what I'm saying. But like when I'm doing this right now, what I'm doing right now feels like I'm just having a conversation with people that I've known for years and years.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about, like, even though I'm seeing all the people in the chat over there and I'm reading their comments and stuff, it just feels different.
Well, there's no question about. I got to mention one thing here quickly, which kind of fits in. I don't know who sent it to me yesterday, but thank you so much for sending it to me. And I think it was at a Minnesota Twins game many years ago, because I was criticizing the Twins for this, that, or the other thing. And there were 2 young men in the audience held up about a 4-foot by 4-foot sign that said, "Tom Bernard, IQ 92."
Yeah.
See, I love that stuff. I mean, you're going to go through all that work to take a shot at me. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
And like real talk, 92 is not that low.
It's not that low. It's just slightly below average.
That's a good point.
Isn't the average family 94?
The average is
I was gonna
100.
say, like
but-
100. Yeah, they claim 100, but I'm sure it shifts every year.
Well, I mean, if you'll go on our merch store, you can buy a hat that says Tom Bernard Podcast IQ 92 on it. So,
Does it really?
yep.
Oh, I got to get an IQ 92 hat. There's no question.
Yeah, honestly.
Tom, isn't it interesting too? Because maybe I feel this way, and maybe I'd feel this way anywhere. But I feel like we are so lucky because we have been able to do radio, and everybody
doubt.
here is in Minnesota, where I love when people come up to me and go, "Oh, I love watching your videos. I love learning about Margot," or they'll call her Go-Go normally.
Right.
And it all is very like. It's never been, and it's funny because everyone was like, you got to be careful about this and that. And I've been so lucky, me personally, I would say 100% of the time for me, it's like, thanks for giving me a glimpse into your life and talking about your life and your family. And like, it's so lovely and warm. Like there's no aggressiveness about it to me. There's no like I don't know. I've never experienced, I think, some of the things that like in other markets people experience. I've always felt like the more vulnerable I've been, it's always come back to me 20 folds.
Sure.
Oh, I tell you, you were 18 when I met you, something 19, something
I think
like
I was
that?
19 or 20. I can't remember, but
Oh,
I was
you're 19 or
lying
20.
because I wanted to say I was 21 to go to Vegas.
Oh, that's right. Because you wanted to go to Vegas, you lied about it. That was really, really nice. Boy, those trips, we were just talking about that yesterday, that last one. 5,500 people got in, and there was just there wasn't even a place to stand in that auditorium at that time. That was so much fun.
It was so fun. Like that was, and it's not even fun. Like, because yes, I drank a lot in those days, but I will say this.
Okay.
The best part about it is like everybody treated me like the little daughter they didn't want. Like all the listeners were like, "Oh my God, Brittany, eat a granola bar." Like nobody was like, "Hey, hot stuff," because I was lanky and weird and like, I was a child and everybody treated me like that. It wasn't like, "Hey there." It was literally going, "Hey, did you drink water today?" And I'm like, "No," like.
One of my favorite things about that trip, too, is which I never knew, is that I can't remember. I think it was at the Monte Carlo, but I'm not sure. I can't remember where we were staying and all the rest of it. But they had a company policy there for who's ever appearing in the auditorium. I didn't know this. I opened the door. Now, you have to remember, this is like 2 o'clock in the morning in Vegas because we had to be on the air at 5. Or I guess it would be 3 in Vegas, I guess, a couple hours. So 3 o'clock in the morning, I walk out the front door. There are not 1, not 2, but 3 police officers waiting for me, one behind me, one to my left and one to my right. And I go, "What are you guys doing?" He goes, "We just make sure our people that are appearing here are safe." I'm like, holy God. I've never heard of that before, that they'd have to... apparently they all got, escorted down to the auditorium, I guess.
That's amazing.
That was really an odd feeling.
It is crazy. I mean, and like I have to tap back into such a weird memory I had. I wasn't nervous to meet you, Tom, and I wasn't nervous to meet Andy, and I wasn't nervous to meet Catherine. I was terrified to meet Alex. Like
That's understandable.
who's like
She can be very, very
Which is-
terrifying.
as you know now, like one of my favorite people in the world. But I was like, we're the same. We're like, 2 girls who are around the same age. And I was sitting in her spot at the podcast when she came in. And she like kind of looked at me and I was like, "Oh no, like, please no. Like, I love your dad. But like, I'm normal, I swear." And I was like, and like, I think within 3 seconds of talking, we're like, did we just become best friends? But I was so nervous. I was like, please like me.
Funny.
Like, isn't that funny?
Yeah, it is.
It is very, very fun. One thing I really got to be honest with you about, and it means the world to me, and it wasn't constructed. It just kind of came together. One thing I love about this show, and it's always been this way because of, you guys that come on and all the rest of it, there are people on the show that have 180-degree different political opinions, but they never get mad at one another. We can all get along. Just calm down, for God's sake. Why is it on this show we can have, I wouldn't say there are any far lefties or far righties on this show because, that gets way over the top, but I just love the fact there are Democrats, there are Republicans, there are some non-political people on the show. I love that. It's a good example. Like, we don't... Because he's on national television, particularly the CNNs and the Foxes of the world, you got to agree with everything I say or you can't be on the show.
Well, that's their whole brand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Terrible, though.
That's
Their
what people
brand is
tune
to
in
be
for.
Angry
Yeah.
about
It's
something.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Well, it was clear in Boston when I'd get into a cab or talk to somebody about what was going on. I could tell what they were listening to for news based upon the question they asked.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
if they say,
Yeah.
everybody's crazy in Minnesota, I know they're listening on one. And if they say the government shouldn't be doing it, they're listening on another. And that was always interesting.
Right.
So
No,
I
it is
tried to
interesting.
tailor my answer to their specific, political views.
But yeah, I just wish people would make well, first of all, stop being such an asshole on both ends. Destroying cities is not a good idea. How about that?
I think that's the key, right? Because like you're asking like why we can all be politically different is like But at the end of the day, Tom, like if you're an a-hole on this show or anywhere on the, any of the shows you've been, you're not going to make it anyways. And
No.
like, I think that like one of the nicest things, I don't care where anyone falls, is like, I want to like you. I want to be respectful.
Right,
And I also,
exactly.
when I get off air, a lot of the things that I was thinking and feeling and talking about, I don't even think about it like often.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I understand.
I can have a full-on drag-out fight with my co-host Kendall on air about like something silly, and the minute we turn that mic off, I'm like, "What are you doing tonight?" Like it's not that deep.
Yeah, well, that's how it should be. It's like,
Yeah.
live your life, have fun. In my own family, there were people that were Democrats, there were people that were Republicans, and they got along very well. They're gone now, unfortunately. But I like the fact that people try to get along. Isn't that nice when they do that?
Well, you might
Yeah.
actually learn something if you listen to somebody.
Well, yeah, that's the other part of it.
Can you imagine?
Except for Michael. Don't listen to him.
Don't
right.
listen to Mike.
I've got a video. I've got a video to play.
Uh-oh, here we go.
It was just sent in by a certain listener.
A certain
no.
listener.
Oh.
Oh, my God.
Oh my God. Okay. Why are you so cute?
Do I need to
got
have another
food.
baby?
Yes, you should have another baby.
I should totally have another baby.
You should have a baby.
There you go.
They're so
Andy,
easy.
who was
Babies
that?
are the best.
Who sent that in?
That was Ben. That was Officer.
Dave.
That was
Dave,
Dave's
right?
grandson.
Dave's.
Officer
Did you
Dave's
recognize
grandson.
that melon?
The giant head.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. It's a good way to go about it.
Yeah, Brittany, you
It's a good
saying that was
way.
actually funny because when we had Ethan, when he was approaching like 1.5 or 2, I remember Melissa was like, I don't know if I ever want to go through all that again, the breastfeeding and the up all night and stuff. And I was like, as soon as he's not a baby anymore, you're going to be asking for another baby. And she's like, no, I'm not. And then one
And
day,
amnesia. You get
one
amnesia
day
after
she
a
was
while.
out with him and he walked up to a baby in like a strange baby that we didn't know that was in like its car seat. And he started rocking the baby and going like, "Go to sleep, little baby." And she came home and she's like, "We're having a baby.
I need babies.
God.
We need another one."
Oh, I knew. I mean, I knew since I was like 5, I wanted as many babies as possible. Like, I love
Really?
babies. And then, like, I remember too, as like, oh God. I mean, I look at Go-Go now and I go, if I could, I'd have 10 more. I just, they're everything. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like you could ship them off between 2 and 6, and that would be okay.
Yeah.
oh my God,
Okay.
but Catherine. I mean,
Those are the Batman training years.
Yeah,
Those are the ones
exactly.
who sent them to the Appalachians, and
come
they
back.
trained for 10 years with the sensei.
Come back when you're a human.
Yep.
I mean, Catherine, Go-Go says the funniest things to me. Like, she'll say things where I'm just like, where did you even come up with
Yeah.
that? Like, the other day she had to poop really bad, and she told me, I've got a poop knocking at my butt. And I was like,
I'm going to steal that. I'm stealing that.
I was like, that's the best thing I've ever heard.
It's true.
Yeah, we're in the prime
I love
kids
it.
say the darndest things years. That's like
Oh,
that's
yeah.
like 2 to probably 8 when they just say crazy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's so funny. And I go, I don't need friends. I like literally just want to talk to her. She's the funniest person I know and disgustingly honest. She'll be like, no, Mom, you look bad in that outfit. I'm like, oh my God, you're right. Like,
Oh, they can be such little critics.
Oh, yeah.
no.
yeah.
What did she say to your nephews the other day when you were eating? You talked about that on My Talk, where she said something like, "We're not going to kill you in your sleep."
Oh yeah. Oh my God, Tom. I had my nephew sleep over here for we're doing like a sleepover night. We're all eating dinner, and Go-Go out of nowhere goes, "Don't worry, we're not going to hurt you while you're sleeping."
Right.
What?
To my nephews who are 15 and 12, and they're like, Auntie, like, we didn't think about it, but like the way Go-Go said that,
Yeah.
and Go-Go's just eating, like, don't worry, we're not gonna hurt you in your sleep. And I'm like, no, but we're not, guys. No, like, it's not a plan we have, I swear.
Yep.
That's wonderful.
I'm like, what?
Oh, God, we better take a break here. Things are moving. That time shot by quickly. We'll take a break. Be right back with more of the show right after this.
Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. Michael, what's up?
Dealing with another case where a person gave a statement to the adjuster because they thought the person was really friendly.
Is that a good idea?
Well, the problem is they know the law when they call you up. And while you're trying to be fair and you're trying to get help, the reality is there are questions you get asked that the way you answer them make a big difference. And people put themselves in trouble. And when they aren't in trouble, they didn't do anything wrong. But suddenly the adjuster's got a statement that can blow up their case completely.
What has caused people to be so untrustworthy, I guess is the best way I could put it? They take advantage.
Well, insurance companies have hired adjusters whose job it is to deal with unrepresented people. So they're supposed to kind of lure them in, call them every day, see how they're doing, and people are like, oh, I'm doing pretty good. Where the reality is they've kind of adjusted to their problem that they've got going on. So it's not that they're completely better, but the way they say it gets to be a problem. And that's why having somebody who can explain your rights, represent you, make sure that you understand the law before you give a statement can make a big difference in your case.
Michael Bryant, Bradshaw and Bryant.
You may have noticed it's been cold out. You may have also noticed that if you go to TomBernardPodcast.com and click the merch tab on top, right there up top, you know where it is, you can purchase a nice warm hoodie, or you can use to stave off the frostbite. Then, once your arms are warm, you can get yourself an insulated tumbler so that you can thaw your frozen soul with a hot beverage of your own choice. And if you haven't noticed these things, well, now you know. We're rocking out, man. But look, we've learned a lot already today, haven't we? Don't you think?
I got some things from the chat that people have been. The chat has been going crazy today. I need
Yeah,
to.
it has. It's been great.
I need to scroll up.
Somebody said something weird about something earlier. I'm trying to remember what that
They
was.
say a lot of weird things. You have to be
Yeah.
more specific.
I don't remember what it was.
But we had someone from Omaha, was it? I'm trying to find it. There's a bunch of people like shouting out the towns that they're in, but all the Facebook comments are like gone. Where'd they go? Piece of crap. Oh, here we go. They've loaded.
Piece of crap.
Clearwater, Florida.
of
We got
crap.
someone from Omaha. We had the Pearl Vision guy from St. Louis. Facebook is where like all the people from all over the world are finding the show,
Yeah.
which is interesting. YouTube is where like regulars go, but then Facebook is doing a great job of spreading the word.
Well, what's interesting is, and I didn't see this coming, is last night, I think it was, I got a message from a guy named Ryan who's running for political office in Florida and wants to come on the show. I'm like, how the hell did you find out about
You
that?
can find out. I don't know.
People are listening down here. I suppose they're, I could see if down by the Naples area, because there's a lot of people from the Twin Cities that spend time down there. But that's so cool. The guy reached out, he wants to come on the show.
Well,
Like, how did you even know who the hell I am?
In December, AOC started sending me emails. I'm like, I don't
She
live
did?
anywhere near New York City, so
She texts me routinely. So
yeah,
Oh, she does?
I don't know. It's like where are
it's
these?
always money.
Yeah,
It's always money.
yes,
always
it is
money.
always money. Yes,
If you donate a penny to a political
Yep.
party, they sell your name.
but I never have. I've never donated to any
seconds.
political anything. But then I start getting emails from these candidates from different states. It's like, where are you getting your email lists that you think I'm a good idea to talk to about like giving you money for your seat?
Well, like we were talking about before, AI scans everything. So,
Yeah.
they scan this show. We talk about politics for 2 seconds, and all of a sudden, there
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like too when you like buy or sell a house, all of a sudden your information goes everywhere?
Oh God,
Like,
yes,
every time-
absolutely.
Yep.
Every time
Very
I've like
true.
been in a buying or selling of my house, all of a sudden it's like 4,000 things come
Yeah.
my way.
Yeah. Well, the
Yeah.
post office sells your information. You
I
can
think
opt
so.
out of that. When you do your forwarding thing, there's a whole section
Yeah.
where they're going to take all of your information. They're going to give it you all these deals, and then
terrible.
and they sell all of your information.
Okay, I'm going to look very quickly to see if I have any emails that I should know about. Talk amongst yourselves for a
Emails.
second.
Why are you getting your emails?
Because I
got
get
a very-
literally.
I got an important email, Tom. I'll fill while you go look at your email.
Okay, that sounds
I got
good.
one from Sephora today that my hair perfume that I bought in a really weird situation is coming
Your
in the mail.
perfume? I didn't know that was a
So
thing.
I was at the mall yesterday, and because I gave my phone to, Apple to fix the screen because, of course, I shattered it at some point, which I do like monthly. It's fine.
Way to go.
Thank you. And I was like, all right, walking around, and I'd gotten I was shopping in that mind frame of I have to fill an hour at Southdale, which is dangerous. And next thing I know, I'd gotten kind of a sad text from my sister. So I was like, this girl was trying to sell me things at Sephora, and I was like, I'll take all of it. You have a sad moment where you're like, yep. Next thing I know, I'm ordering hair perfume from this 20-year-old girl, and I'm like, I don't even know what I bought, Catherine. It's bad. I was like, oh, I got the email. I went, I got hair perfume?
Isn't
wild.
that just perfume?
I don't know.
Can't
It
you
works,
put any
it
on?
works amazing. I use
Oh
it
no, that's what happened to you?
Oh, so this is what I was just sent. There's the IQ
There it is.
92 hat.
Yep.
So there it is right there.
daily. Is that AI generated?
No, it's real.
No, it's real. No, it is.
It's on our merch store.
The stupid part? Yeah, you're right.
Well, that too.
IQ 92. I think there was at a Twins game and two guys held it up, but that was from a while back. But again, an IQ of 92 is not that bad. To tell you the
No,
truth.
if you're gonna attack somebody, I'd be like, thank you. 92, it's not that. I mean, I would be fine running around this world with a 9. I would be probably excited to get that test result back.
You
I'd be
don't
like,
think you got that level yet?
I'd be pumped.
Does anybody know where is the level where you go from maybe not that smart to at least middling?
I want to say it's 150 because it's surprisingly.
150 is
high.
very
That's really
high.
Oh, I thought you were
Very,
saying.
very
I thought you were
high.
asking the high point.
Yeah, but it's probably.
That's how dumb I am.
I think 150 after that is it's high enough that the tests don't really mean anything. You hear people, oh, this person had an IQ of 260, but with our current measuring system, that's a meaningless number.
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
I got mine back. It was 183. Now you're saying it's the laugh.
Well, we know that's the real
It
one.
was.
Yeah.
Got a few.
Mine IQ is high
Online.
enough to know that's garbage.
Oh, here we go.
But I'm dumb enough to believe it.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely.
Got a few interesting stories in the chat here. We're talking about getting spammed.
Okay.
Tiffy,
Oh, yeah.
when our house got hit by lightning, we got a bunch of "Can we buy your house?" calls and emails. They must go through
Oh,
fire
yeah.
department reports and use
yeah.
that. They do actually. They if someone's house burns down or something, someone will come in and say, "Oh yeah, we'll buy the property. Don't worry about fixing it up. We'll buy the land." Because what they do is they buy the land and the property for nothing, and then they bulldoze it, put a new house up, and they profit tons.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
Rick.
well, if you have insurance, you better watch out about those kinds of
Yes.
Yes.
Rick, after I got surgery, I got tons of medical sales and calls. Then after 11 months, became funeral services.
Oh,
What kind of surgery?
They geofence.
cold.
They can geofence places. So I could get a company to put a internet thing around a hospital, and everybody who walks in the hospital, it has a cell phone, would get a text that says Bradshaw and Bryant.
That's
You can do
insane.
that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Because these are trackers, no matter what. No matter what he
Yep.
Yeah.
says.
Oh, they're tracking
clear
you.
trackers.
Oh God, yes. That's what I don't like about them at all. To tell you the
Yeah, every
truth.
once in a while I watch some sort of TikTok video or YouTube video about how to turn off all of the tracking, and
Yep.
You can't really.
you can get rid of some of it, but you can't get rid
No,
of all
No.
of it.
you can't.
No.
It's not possible.
No.
Well, because the cops want to be able to do it, so they can go to the towers and figure out where you're at.
Yep,
So-
that's a big part of it.
And there's some ex-wives that can do it too, apparently. So,
Uh-oh.
I guess.
Oh,
I don't
really?
know.
Should I look into that?
Should we talk about this?
You want to unpack that, or am I the only one who's kind of fine with it? I'm the only one who's I hear Big Brother and went, I kind of like that they're always around.
okay.
I'll never be
I like-
found dead in my apartment because
Yeah, I live
they'll know
alone.
immediately.
Yeah, there's something about it that's comforting. I also like when they do targeted ads. As somebody who gets a lot of dopamine from buying stuff, the targeting ads I kind of like. If you're gonna give me an ad, I might as well watch it. But I think I'm the only person who's it's not that bad.
Yeah. Well, it is bizarre though when you're talking about something and suddenly your phone starts giving you ads for because you were talking about whatever it is, hair perfume, and then suddenly you get a bunch of hair perfume ads.
I can't wait for you guys to get some hair perfume ads.
Oh,
One of the
God.
dumbest things I've bought in a long time.
Oh, really?
Well, you don't know that yet. Once you get it, you might be
right.
like, how did I live before this?
You're right,
Yeah.
Andy. I like that. You know what? I'm a disgustingly toxic, optimistic person. You're right. Like, this could be the best thing I've ever. It was like $20. I can't wait for my hair perfume to show up and change my life.
And even if
so
you don't,
she didn't sell it to you there. You actually got it.
No,
so
because she was like, do you like this smell? And I was like, yeah. She's like, well, we don't have this one on hand, so we'll order it. So it's coming in the mail on Monday. I can't wait.
Well,
I
even-
can't wait for
Gold
GoGo
Valley.
to review it. You should have GoGo reviews for all this stuff.
I was going to
Yeah.
say, even if you don't like it, I guarantee you she will. So
Yeah, or she
well,
won't.
or she might say
Yeah.
it stinks. She
Yeah.
might be honest.
that's.
I was terrified to show her my short hair. I was like, all right.
Oh, that's right. How did that go?
It went well. We actually FaceTimed that night because I was like, all right, Gogo, I got to show you something. And then she was like, I should get my hair cut. And I was like, all right, cool. So, like, it must not be that bad. I don't know.
Yeah, that's good.
But it is scary when you get into TikTok sales hell or, one of those, you start looking at it and it's like, I need that for my ears. I need that for my head. I need that to sleep,
The best thing for your budget is to not watch any videos about any products and no influencers whatsoever.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
If you don't want to spend money, don't watch them.
All right, we should take our final break. Be right back. Wrap things up right after this.
Certainly. Just give me a second here. All right, ready to go.
Why should your business bank with North American Banking Company? Here's Pete Wolf, owner of Robinson Rubber of Robbinsdale.
I partnered with North American Banking Company because I was able to talk to the president, and I know they have my back. They are much easier to talk to than those larger banks. The openness and flexibility has been the best part of banking with North American Banking Company. They understand small to medium businesses. No matter what part of the bank I am working with, North American Banking Company has the latest technology and friendly staff. I would absolutely recommend North American Banking Company to any of my closest colleagues if they want to have peace of mind in their business.
So why not bank where I bank, with my friends at North American Banking Company? To learn more about North American Banking Company, go to nabanco.com. That's nabanco.com, or do what I do and stop by any one of their 6 Twin Cities locations. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back to wrap things up. And it just
Showing what a freak I am, I just bought a KQ IQ hat.
You did?
Oh, well, see.
Well, there you go. You went to the merch tab up top. Why doesn't everybody do that? If,
There you go. I bought it right there as I'm sitting here.
you're
It's,
being a brand ambassador right now.
I bet. I can't wait to have that hat.
Now we're talking. No question about
Not
it.
that I never make a compulsive buy.
Never. Yeah,
No.
me either. Me either.
All right, any closing words, ladies and gentlemen?
Well, someday we should talk about this whole Epstein thing because I've got something figured out that's very interesting about the
When
whole
would you like to talk about it?
it. We can spend a little bit of time on it whenever we got it. It'll be
All right.
it's very informative.
But is it true? That's what I
I
want
think
to
it
know.
is true. I actually, after I've thought about it a lot, and I've read a bunch of stuff. Actually, I do think it's true.
Because I have not read a bunch of stuff. I see stuff on TV where, this person's horrible. No, that person's horrible.
Well, clearly, there's a lot of horrible people involved. There's no question about that.
But how do you prove if you never were or were on the island? How would you even prove that?
Go watch the press conference of the women survivors, and I think there's a little bit of proof there that takes
Isn't
care.
that just sad? I just so they were actually having sex with the young teenagers.
Well, what's crazy is I think they had a plan. These guys had a plan. They thought they were superhuman beings. And their idea was that the world was going to go down and they're going to repopulate the world with their super genes. And so
They really,
Cute.
oh God.
and they were primarily Democrats. And if you back up, he was a Democrat at the time. That's why he was part of their little rich group
Oh, yeah.
to repopulate the world. And now they're stuck with him because he switched parties. And it all makes sense. It all comes together. It was kind of like a beautiful mind thing for me when I was thinking about it.
So
Just
you're
see that-
hoping that this is a get Trump thing. This is
No,
all
it's
about
not just a
getting-
get Trump thing. It's a get Democrat thing overall. It's more Democrats involved. It was rich liberals who were going to repopulate the world with their own, super sperm.
That is
Andy,
just
Andy and I
really-
definitely read the same joke at the same time in the chat, and I am dying.
I heard Woody Allen was on the Epstein list, but he doesn't seem like the type to cheat on his daughter.
Oh
me and-
my God!
Andy started like,
Oh, it's Jerry. Jerry, how you doing,
Jerry,
pal?
Jerry for the win.
love
I've never
Jerry.
experienced something like that. Like me and Andy had such a twin moment where we both went, "Ah," and we read it and just were like, oh,
Yeah.
no, that's so naughty and
Well,
funny.
the thing that is really disturbing to me with this Epstein list is when he was first indicted, which was a long time ago, before this whole thing blew
Yep.
up. He was in jail.
Yep.
Donald Trump actually reported him to the cops.
Yep.
It's all the people that after he was indicted and
Yeah.
everyone knew he was indicted still wanted to be his bestie.
Oh,
and still
absolutely.
were going to the island. Those are the people I would be looking at real hard.
Yeah,
Right?
no question. No question.
Because
But
it's
yeah,
like, oh, he's a pedophile? I want to be his friend.
Yeah,
Right?
for
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
Well, it's like
Ew,
remember
ew, ew.
remember the whole Roman Polanski? Was it Roman Polanski who like yeah? I remember when I was a kid, I heard about like he got busted for statutory rape for like a 14-year-old girl, and then he fled to France or something. And people kept on being like in his movies, and like he was directing films,
Yeah.
and I was like, how are people still doing this? But a
Anything
lot of
for
people
power
don't.
and fame.
Yep, people don't care.
If you go back 10 years, the jokes they used to tell about the Weinsteins were crazy.
Oh,
When you
yeah.
look at 'em,
Yeah.
It's like, they were all like, oh, he's banging actresses.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So, but the best Woody Allen is John Mulaney, where John Mulaney said he was walking down the streets of New York. He had a baby carriage, and he had his chihuahua in the baby carriage. And as he got to a car, a limo pulled up, and Woody Allen got out with Sun Yi, and they looked at each other like, who looks weirder?
That's real nice. All right. Any closing words?
No, it was so fun hanging out with you guys. This was a great
Oh, it
day.
is great. Well,
It's commercial day at Bradshaw and Bryant.
Ooh.
it's all fired up. No question. All right. Well, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.